right, I have 6 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting of the Tazewell County Board to order. John, if you could call the roll, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Alpeter?
Here.
Atkins?
Here.
Conitt?
Here.
Crawford?
Here.
Goddard?
Here.
Graff? Hagman? Hall?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Emig?
Here.
Josting?
Here.
Crable?
Here.
Longfellow?
Here.
Mennel?
Here.
Mingus?
Here.
Frail?
Here.
Rich Simpson?
Here.
Schneider? Scortino? Sen?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Chairman Zimmerman.
Here. We have a formal due business. If we could rise for the invocation and pledge. As we start the prayer tonight, Member Scortino's not here tonight because his brother Gary passed away. Gary is a former board member. And then also keep in mind Member Crable, her father passed away here a couple weeks ago. So just have a moment of silence before we begin. Heavenly Father, thank you for the privilege of living in a free country where we can gather and debate issues. I pray that we can do it in a manner that honors you. I lift up Member Scortino and his family, and I lift up Member Crable and their family too. We know that you're the great comforter. I pray that you can give them peace as they go through these difficult times. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you for our board members here. I pray for the upcoming elections, Father, that we know your will be done. Pray that things can be done in a civil manner, again, that honors you and glorifies you. Thank you for a successful harvest. We're not quite done here, Father, but I pray that you give the farmers protection as they rack things up. It's always an indication of your faithfulness as we see this. Thank you for our employees and what an awesome job they do, the citizens of Tazewell County. I thank you for those that have come out tonight to express their opinions, and we so appreciate that. Thank you for our first line responders. Keep them safe as they keep us safe. And we thank you for everything that they do for us. We know that you're a great God and a sovereign God, and we pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to begin tonight's meeting with a proclamation for the Hopedale Medical Complex. And if Member Emmett could come up and help. And
Emily, would you come up here? This is Emily Winson, and she's COO for Hopedale Medical Complex, and she does a fantastic job of keeping the operations going down there. She's just a great asset to living there in Hopedale. I've seen Hopedale Medical Complex from the very beginning. I was at the groundbreaking for the first hospital, and recently my wife was going through a bunch of papers from her mother, who happened to be on an original committee, and she found this picture that I want to give you, and there was a letter that was with it that is signed by Dr. Lawrence J. Rossi, MD. And I'll read what this letter says, and you'll know what that picture is. This photo was made the evening the bond sales for hospital construction went over the top, and a decision to build Hopedale Hospital was announced January 25th, 1954. A lot of people said that the hospital could never go in Hopedale, but if you've never been there, I invite you to come down and see what goes on there now.
Chairman Zimmerman.
It does not only provide awesome medical care, it's an economic engine for Tazewell County. We're so grateful to have it. I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas the Hopedale Medical Complex was dedicated in 1955 as a 20-bed hospital in rural Hopedale, Illinois. Whereas the facility now offers the same services as many larger hospitals in the area, including many of the new innovative technologies needed for modern medicine. And whereas the Hopedale Medical Complex has expanded to offer satellite offices in surrounding rural communities. And whereas the National Rural Health Association included HMC in the top 20 critical access hospitals in 2022. And whereas the dedicated staff donates thousands of volunteers every year to a variety of important causes throughout local communities, as they are committed to playing an active role in the community. And whereas this anniversary marks the 67th anniversary of the founding of Oakdale Medical Complex, now therefore we, the Tazewell County Board, offer our congratulations and recognizes the achievements of this organization and their value to the communities. Thank you, everyone.
We just appreciate the support of the community, the county, everybody that pours themselves into the hospital, all of our employees, but I think the biggest thing that keeps us running is obviously the physicians. And because of what they're doing currently, seeing patients still based on the time and knowing where they're at. In the offices, obviously they couldn't be here, they would if they could, but they're taking care of our patients and we can't function and do anything that we do without what they do. So all of our support from the employee side and administration side really just supports how they want to practice medicine, which is different than everyone else in that part. We're still running along and great volunteers take care of us. So thank you.
Then they have 5 doctor's offices that are kind of satellite offices in other rural communities, which really brings health care to those communities too. Mackinac, Tremont, Delvin, Manitou, and Atlanta, right? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, communications from members of the public or county employees. Seeing none, moving on. Communications from elected and appointed county officials. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the September 28th county board meeting minutes? Motion by Longfellow, second by Atkins. Any changes, deletions, corrections? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The minutes pass. Well, we have 2 in-place meetings tonight. We're going to do in-place HR first. So Chairman Trail.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Could we have the roll, please?
Chairman Frail,
Here.
Harris,
Here.
Atkins,
Here.
Rapp, Nick,
Here.
Rabel, Yennel, Mingus, Rich Simpson, Shortino, Sin.
Here.
You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Under new business, I would like a motion, please, for HR 2220 to recommend to approve the SP agreement for optical services.
Can you use your mic?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Nancy.
I'm not loud enough? I'll be loud.
There.
Sorry about that. Do I have a motion, Tammy, for the motion, and a second from Paris? Mr. Administrator, would you like to explain that to us, please?
Yes, thank you. We have been looking at options that would be better for our employees, and one of the items we found were the optical services. So we are completely self-funded when it comes to optical services. We give the team the ability to have a $300 reimbursement every 2 years. When we worked with IPMG, our insurance provider, they found an option where we could go with a fully insured model, and it would allow our employees to get get $200 every year for contacts and frames, as well as the routine eye checks. And it would also be at a cost savings to the county. So this would be going to a self-insured model. We feel that it would be beneficial to both the employees, since they're getting added benefit, and benefit to us, since it gets us into national networks where the opticians have all already agreed to discounted prices. And so now that those discounted prices would get passed along to us through the insurance program.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Any objections? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. I think that'll be a great thing for our employees. Thank you. Okay, do I have a motion for HR 2217? Mr. Sin, and a second from Mr. Mingus. Thank you. Okay, would you like to explain that one, Michael?
Well, thank you. For this one, last month we approved the insurance premiums, and since we had taken the optical services to the Insurance Review Committee earlier this month, and the committee just approved the optical services plan. We would now need to update our insurance premiums, which is lowering the optical coverage portion for employees, or the portion that we cover for employees. It's currently $12.50. This is taking it down to $10.35 would be what our cost would be. And I did leave out in the last item that it now gives the employees the option to have coverage for their family. So there's an added benefit that came with this as well.
Okay, questions on that?
I do have one other item for the resolution that was in the packet. We were breaking down the vision costs per pay period, and we did that doing half cents. We found out after we got this in the resolution that our finance system can't do half cents. So I request a
Motion to amend a version that is in the handout.
Okay, is there a second to that? Mr. Emig, any questions on that amendment? Do we understand what we're doing there? Do you want to explain it further?
Yeah, so it's just that now any employee that signs up for it would pay monthly rather than bi-weekly like our other insurance options.
Any further questions on the amendment? All those in favor of the amendment, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Opposed? And that passes. Okay, let's have a motion, please, for HR 2219. Let's see, who wants to give me a motion on that one? Thank you, Mr. Mingus. And a second from Mr. Atkins? Is that what it is? I see a hand. Is that yeah. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so you want to go ahead and explain that one, please?
Yes, every year we need to approve the COBRA rates, which would be what the person would pay if they left employment and continued the insurance. And so it would be our existing cost plus the 2% administrative fee.
Okay, any questions on that? My only comment is I appreciate the fact that these numbers are not necessarily jumping by 10 and 20%. They're decreasing just a little bit, and that's a very important part of the whole budget situation. Thank you. Any further questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion passes, and we are in recess, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. We have an in-place finance meeting also. Vice Chairman Rich Stimson.
Thank you, Chairman. Sue, could you please call the roll?
Vice Chairman Rich Simpson.
Here.
Atkins.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Emmett.
Here.
Crable. Here. Mennel.
Here.
Angus.
Here.
Frail.
Here.
Shortino. Sin.
Here.
You have the floor.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to get F2237, approve a budget transfer for the Veterans Assistant Commission, up for discussion? Prail and Emmett. Is there discussion? Mike, would you like to explain?
Yes, and Steve Saul here is here to further explain if you'd like. For this item, there's a state law change where the Tazewell Veterans Office will now be assisting with federal claims processing, and part of that is they need to get training beforehand. So this was a new law that just had passed, I believe, this summer, and so now they're wanting to attend the training, and this would give them $400 from the contingency line into a conference registration line.
Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we have a second one. Can I get a motion to get F2233, approve the lease agreement for the office space for the Veterans Assistant and budget transfer for rent, up for discussion? Sin and Atkins. Mike?
Thank you. For this item, this would be for the first month's rent for the Veterans Office to be able to move into a building that's located directly across from the courthouse on Court Street. It'd be the $500 first month's rent from the contingency line into the rent line for them.
Do I have any questions or discussion?
Yes.
Harris?
In the budget, did we budget for this next year?
Yes, we did. And I also mentioned that this would be also approving the contract, so it is a initial 1-year term for $500 plus the utilities, and then there are 2 1-year extension options within the contract.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. We're in recess.
Thank you, Tammy. Brings us down to our consent agenda. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are automatically pulled. We're going to pull 11 also. Any other? Here? 4? Okay. Anything else? Russ?
Motion to approve the remainder?
Okay, motion. Can I get a second? Second by Harris. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Can I get a motion for the appointments A and B? Motion by Conant, second by Preo. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The appointments pass. Back to our consent agenda. Can I get a motion for F2235, number 4? Get it on the floor. Motion by Atkins, second by Smith. Okay. Sierra, you pulled this?
I would like to abstain. I live with 2 election judges.
Thank you. Okay. Any other questions on this one? This is taking it from 165 to 200, is that correct, John?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? So noted, thanks. Motion passes. Item 5 just came out of committee. Can I get a motion for this? Motion by Emick, second by Atkins. This is on the budget transfer for VAC. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Item 6. We get a motion for this one. Motion by Prano, second by Rich Simpson. This is the lease agreement. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Item 7, H2220. Can I get a motion to get this on the floor? Motion by Longfellow, second by Atkins. This is for VSP. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Number 8, H2217. Can I get a motion to get this on the floor? Motion by Mingus. And second by Jostain. Sorry, there for a second. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Item 9, H2219. Can I get a motion to get this on the floor? Motion by Crable. Can I get a second? Second by Goddard. These are on the COBRA rates. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. And then item 11, our RM2205. Can I get a motion to get this on the floor? Motion by Emick, second by Atkins. And Mike, you had some changes that need to be made to this?
I do. In the packet, the proposal number that we had gotten from our insurance carrier had slightly mismatching information between the summary sheet that was on IPMG versus the one that was titled BPR Specialties Market. So the fixed costs that we have remained the same. The version, we asked for several different options as far as how far to look back, period we had, and just the version they had given us was incorrect. So it just affected the aggregate liability, and so the version in the packet, or that was handed out to everyone today, is correct and actually has slightly lower costs than was in the packet. So this would be the correct version, based on the insurance that we plan on carrying.
Either amendment.
Yes. So amendment by Harris. Can I get a second on the amendment? Second by Atkins. This is just on the amendment. It's the change to clean up the sheet. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Back to the resolution as amended. Any questions? Nancy?
This is just a comment. I want to thank Mike for all the work he's done in all of these, because I know this takes a lot of time and a lot of detailed work, and I want to thank you for that. Good job.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Nancy. Any other questions? Bill?
Looking at
Looking at the stop-loss proposal, there are redacted portions. I'm assuming that due to privacy concerns, particular individuals who were listed there are being blacked out, and this is all in accord with our plan. Is that accurate?
That is correct. It is, for HIPAA purposes, those are blacked out. There is one laser. We left the amount on the sheet, but we did leave, redact the names and the other parts.
Okay. I thought I understood what I was looking at, but without seeing the names, I wasn't positive. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding it correctly.
Any other questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Any unfinished business? Any new business? The bills have been sent out today, so if you have an opportunity to take a look at those. We're going to have an amendment on the calendar. Can I get a motion to approve the November calendar? Remember, it's a motion by Conant, second by Joe Stain, and it's going to be a compressed month. Kim, you had a change that you wanted to note on the calendar?
Yes, since it's, the meeting's going to be on the 7th, I would like to move it to the Monday the 6th at 5, same time.
No, we're going to move it to Monday the 7th because the 8th is election day.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
7th, you're right.
So so on land use, it's going to be Monday, November 7th because the 8th is election day. So at 5 o'clock, I guess?
Yes.
5 o'clock, okay. Okay, so that's an amendment. Yeah, Amy.
There will not be a November Board of Health meeting.
Okay, great.
It'll be December 5th.
No November health meeting, it's in December, okay. I don't know, so there's the amendment there, we have a motion, we have a second for that. We need this with second by Cradle. That's just to move land use to the 7th. All those in favor of the change signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, back to the amended calendar. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Just a couple of quick announcements. Just as a reminder to board members, if you're going to miss committee meetings, please reach out to Sue in ample time so that we know that there's going to be a quorum. I do have an invitation here from the Morton EDC and Chamber of Commerce that they want to go to the entire board on Monday, November 14th at 1 o'clock. There's a ribbon cutting for Yamashin Filter Corporation. And so if you're interested, see me and I'll send you the invitation. And then lastly, over the course of the next 2 weeks or so, be thinking about solar fields and what we want to do as a board, if we can do anything. Jackie, you can help me fill in the blanks if you want, but we have I think nearly 15,000 acres potentially under contract right now. And if we can, because I think it's unclear as to whether we can even, if it's an allowed use, but how would we do that? There's a difference between commercial and utility. Do we cut it off on the number of megawatts, number of acres? Just be thinking about that and communicate with Jackie or Mike or myself, or Kim, so that we can pull these things together. Because we have the transmission lines running through Tazewell County, it's a very popular place, but we also have very good fertile farmland and, some electricity, and people will go hungry. So, I mean, it's not a good trade-off. So, anyway, that's all I had for announcements. If there's nothing else, we are adjourned until next month. Thanks, everybody.
I